Hello everyone, welcome to another edition of Sector 5. I am your host, as always, Cody, the Hangman Heinzman. Battleground has just ended and I just threw a pencil. But I am here to give the rundown of what happened at Battleground. So, let's get started. There is one match on here that was not part of the predictions that was added that I didn't talk about, so I will talk about it more in depth when I get to it. So, let's start off with the pre-show. We had King Barrett versus R-Truth for the crown. Winner of this match, and still King of the Ring, King Barrett. As I said, I didn't figure they were going to give it to R-Truth. Wade Barrett rightfully won the King of the Ring. There's no way they would turn that around. Next up, we had Sheamus versus Randy Orton. Of course, I'm going in the order I have wrote down. This isn't the order that they did these. So, Sheamus versus Randy Orton. Winner of this match, Randy Orton. As I said, I was sort of 50-50 on who I thought was going to win that match. You know, it was a big rivalry for a while, and honestly, it was a good back and forth. You know, I didn't watch, again, most pay-per-views I say I do not watch. If it's not WrestleMania, I probably didn't watch it. Most likely, I would say at the beginning of the video if I've seen the pay-per-view and all that. So what I'm giving the rundown is basically I go to WWE.com, look and see who won, and then I try to, if I feel I need to go more in depth on what happened, I do. But this is more or less who won, who didn't, and then my thoughts about it. Sheamus versus Randy Orton. As I said, it was a 50-50 choice in my mind. I ultimately gave it more towards Sheamus. Randy Orton won. I don't know if I ever really said that. And if I didn't, I'll say it for a third or second time. Randy Orton won. Next up, we had the other match that I was sort of 50-50 split on. Roman Reigns versus Bray Wyatt. Winner of this match with the assistance of Luke Harper of the Wyatt family. Bray Wyatt, it looks like we may have all three members of the Wyatt family re-tagging up. Which makes me wonder what's going to happen with S.H.I.E.L.D. Are we finally going to get the S.H.I.E.L.D. back? And more in depth on that as I kind of go closer to the end of this. Next up, we have the match that was added to the roster. In place, I'm going to guess it was sort of in place of the Intercontinental Championship match. Maybe it wasn't really in place, but this is a good place to put it because this is originally where I had it wrote down. If you didn't watch the pay-per-view predictions or didn't know why there wasn't an Intercontinental Championship match, Ryback actually is out of competition. Who knows for how long? He got staph infection in his right knee after Monday Night Raw. And so he got surgery on it and was not cleared to compete at Battleground. So that is why there was no Intercontinental Championship match on the card anymore. And maybe not why this match was put in, but we're going to go ahead and go on to this match that I didn't talk about. We had Charlotte versus Sasha Banks versus Brie Bella. Charlotte from Team Paige. Sasha Banks from Team Naomi and Tamina Snuka. And Brie Bella from the Team Bella. Winner of the match was Charlotte. I honestly, if I were to put it towards anyone, I would have kind of put it towards Brie Bella and had it look like more like the Brie, the Bella were still in control, and it would lead towards, well, what I originally thought was we were going to have Team Paige versus Team Bella at Survivor Series. But what I think they should do, and probably won't do, but I think it's a good idea, is to have a triple threat elimination tag team match where one member of each tag team is in the ring and eliminate, like it's an elimination tag team match, but it's a triple threat type ordeal, making it no disqualification like a triple threat match would be. And I think that would be pretty exciting to see, having 3 different factions in the ring for a Survivor Series type match, or maybe at SummerSlam. But to reiterate, Charlotte ended up winning that match. As I said, if I were to predict it, I would have said Brie Bella for, Team Bella and all that. Next up, we had the Primetime Players versus New Day. This is now going into all the title matches that they had. Primetime Players come out still your unified WWE Tag Team Champions. Next up, we had John Cena versus Kevin Owens. And most of the time when a pay-per-view is going on, I want to try and keep up with it, sort of. I go through Twitter because everything's on Twitter about the pay-per-views and all that. And I was looking through, and it sounded like it was a good match. A hard-fought match of 3 attitude adjustments. I don't know how many. I didn't see any of these say any pop-up power bombs. Kevin Owens putting the STF on John Cena. John Cena putting 2 STFs on Kevin Owens. Ultimately, the second being the one that he tapped out to. So, right there, John Cena defended the United States Championship. This actually came as a shock to me. I honestly thought that Kevin Owens was going to get the upper hand over John Cena. And I'm sort of glad this is how it worked. Kevin Owens has shown, potential into the WWE, but I still feel it's kind of early to be awarding him with the United States Championship, just because, he's just coming out of NXT and he was the NXT champion. Does not particularly... I honestly believe that NXT should be its own little thing, and then, even though it's part of the WWE, it shouldn't affect, the newcomers coming into WWE. When they get into WWEs, they should technically be, a WWE rookie and have to sort of fight their way up to the top. I mean, being tossed into a number 1 contenders match, maybe after a few other matches that they're in. Like, for example, Adrian Neville, he's been there for a while. And he has been up for the Intercontinental Championship in a sense of the Chamber and had a chance at Mr. Money in the Bank. But he's kind of like the Kofi Kingston of the situation. I know I will always fall back to Kofi Kingston. He's just kind of the filler guy that's in there, but he's not supposed to win it. And he hasn't had that one-on-one opportunity for a title like Kevin Owens has, and like Rusev had after he kind of sort of came in. He came in and got an instant chance at everything. Where Adrian Neville's been there for a while, and I forgot that Adrian Neville actually came out there and went up for the United States. He took one of the open challenges, which, again, I enjoy the thought of the open challenges, but they're not open challenges, as whenever they were going up for it, you knew they weren't supposed to win because John Cena already had a pay-per-view match set up for the United States Championship. Which is going into where I was going to go with this. I really hope, and this is a big hope, that now that John Cena and Kevin Owens have had 3 matches, Cena has 2, Kevin Owens has 1. The rivalry should end there. Take Kevin Owens and go after someone else, and let John Cena do his thing. Let him be able to go out there with the John Cena Open United States Championship and actually let the people coming out there for the United States Championship have a chance. of course, it's probably not going to happen. Kevin Owens, of course, saying, if anyone's taking the United States Championship from you, it's me. Meaning, who knows if the rivalry is going to end. I would love it if they would put Kevin Owens into a different rivalry. Let John Cena do John Cena. And let the open challenge be a thing. Let John Cena have his open challenge like he wants. Giving someone the opportunity to come out there and prove that they should be the United States champion by taking out John Cena. I know it's WWE and everything technically has to be fixed. But I would love it to have someone come out there, just be from the back. And just come out there and show John Cena that they have what they would have. Whether it be Rusev, whether it be, I know he isn't around and I don't know when he'll make a return, Dolph Ziggler. Whether it be Stardust, whether it be Zack Ryder, whether it be Heath Slater, whether it be Kevin Owens, whether it be Cesaro. That would be the one that I think, because Cesaro actually has a good chance. Let the open challenge be an open challenge. And what I'd like to see is if a situation like what happened on Monday night, where Cesaro, Rusev, and Kevin Owens comes out there, make it a fatal 4-way. John Cena would take that challenge. He's a fighting champ. I just want the open challenge to be relevant, is all I'm saying. And now off of that tangent, we are now on to the main event of Battleground. What everyone wants to hear. And I'm going to prolong it for a few seconds to get a drink.
In the face.
As I said, it's time for the main event now. So, with my drink in hand, let's talk about Seth Rollins versus Brock Lesnar for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship.
Okay, thank you for jumping in the water, fish.
Winner of this match? Nobody! It ended in a no contest, but have no fear. Someone made a return. Some man. Not just any man.
Okay.
The dead man. The Undertaker. Now, when I do the pay-per-view predictions, I do see the news that goes around and all that. But I also don't go into the conspiracy things that most likely will become true. Like the Undertaker's appearance. It was buzzing around that Undertaker's making an appearance at Battleground. But when I do the pay-per-view predictions, I just go into what I know as more or less a fact, even though most of the time the rumors that go around are true things. So, Undertaker made his appearance at Battleground. What's this? What's come next? Are we gonna see an interesting twist with Undertaker getting another opportunity at WWE World Heavyweight Championship Gold? That'd be interesting to see. At that. But I don't know. More or less speculation of Undertaker versus Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam, maybe? Who knows? All we know is the Undertaker is back. First time seeing him after Brock Lesnar broke the streak at WrestleMania. while we're on WrestleMania, I'm just going to say it one more time. Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns should have had an ending at WrestleMania, not a cash-in by Seth Rollins. Also, since there was no contest, I guess it's obvious, but I will say it, still your WWE World Heavyweight Champion, Seth Rollins. So that's that for Battleground. We're just gonna have to see what's coming up. Everyone's probably excited to see a rematch between Brock Lesnar and Undertaker. Of course, it's not going to rewrite the history of Brock Lesnar conquering the streak and ending it, but hopefully this won't be a one-sided beating that we get. As I said before, all people to end the streak, I would not want it to be Brock Lesnar. And so many other people agree with that. And my friend Neil, as you've seen on Section 5, he agrees with that enough to... He stopped watching. He doesn't watch WWE anymore. Of course, I don't talk with him anymore or anything, but I'm pretty sure that Brian wasn't behind it. Another friend of mine. And of all people to also give a disappointed to it after it happened, Mr. Proton John. He was talking on a stream. It was I think it was the Monday after WrestleMania, or the day of WrestleMania, one of the two. He was streaming, and the news was broke to him, and he asked who, and we said Brock Lesnar, and I said, this deserves a disappointed. And he says, I agree. And by I said, it was in the chat, but it was me that instigated the disappointed to Brock Lesnar on the Proton John stream. WWE fans, you're welcome. So anyways, enough going in the past WrestleManias. Past is past. This is the present. Battleground. All in all, this was a tough one to predict a little bit. I'm also kind of surprised, and then again, maybe not. No cash in by Sheamus. And then again, he lost earlier. Who knows his condition and all that. But yeah, it was. As I said, this was a rough one to talk about. Between Sheamus and Randy Orton and Roman Reigns and Bray Wyatt, those were tough ones to talk about. Then of course Seth Rollins versus Brock Lesnar. I kind of figured something was going to happen. Undertaker was unexpected twist. And of course it's a shame that Ryback could not defend his Intercontinental Championship. But we wish him a speedy recovery back to WWE. Hopefully this doesn't mean another Intercontinental Champion has to give up the Intercontinental title because of injury, and that would just suck. But I believe next should be SummerSlam. It'd have to be SummerSlam because summer's almost over. So SummerSlam should be next. Let's see what comes down the pipeline for that. And I can't wait to do another. I guess this is another place to plug. Don't forget that nowadays, live on Periscope, after the last SmackDown, before the next pay-per-view, I will go live on Periscope giving my pay-per-view predictions. Of course, they will still go up on YouTube once I'm done, but I would like to hopefully get as I said, I hope to get an audience behind that, because I'm hoping to get more people in a discussion about what they think might happen. And as I said, I won't be against reading the chat and maybe agreeing with your point or maybe not debating, but kind of throwing my reasons against. I guess that's debating, but I will at least point out your thoughts as well during my pay-per-view predictions. Uh, so anyways, as always, I'm Cody the Hangman Heinzman, and that's just how it is.